Today, Joe Burrow is speaking to the media at the NFL Combine. Burrow stole the headlines on Lundy Graw as his hand size was all over the place, and in Joey Burrow fashion.
9 inches. 9 inches. 9 inches. 9 inches. I'm also 9 inches.
Burrow, in just as cool as he is, responded talking about that he might retire.
Yep.
Going to retire from football before he starts.
I mean, what's he going to do with small hands?
Yeah.
I did love on Get Up, they're showing like the two highlights of him fumbling this year. Like, I don't know. Look at these tiny hands. What's he going to do? How's he going to grip the football? Did you know that NFL
Don't
ball
worry
is bigger?
about the 60 touchdowns and all the yardage that he threw for. Show him the 2 clips of him fumbling throughout the year.
Yep.
But I thought Burrow owned the moment.
Yeah,
This is why you love Burrow.
He said, quote, considering retirement after I was informed the football will be slipping out of my tiny hands. Please keep me in your thoughts, which was then, quote, tweeted by Super Bowl MVP, the guy that's on track to be maybe the greatest quarterback ever, the man himself, the new king of football, Pat Mahomes, who responded, quote, my small hands are doing all right so far. I believe in you, with 3 crying emojis afterwards. It really warms my tiny-handed heart to see this level of public support for each other after, like I said, we've been just spat on our entire lives, forced to the shadows by people like Rivers, and now it is our time to shine. To even now, out of instinct, I had my hands in my pocket. I got to take him out. I got to put him on camera because this is a new day and a new age where if you have tiny hands, you now rule the roost, my friends.
So Burrow have a chance to defend his tiny hands this morning at the NFL Combine, which I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say and the questions that he'll have to answer. But this is comical to me. Like, this is the part of the process that I now laugh at, that it's come out 5 years later or 4 years after Jameis Winston was taken number 1 overall, that you're measuring hand sizes and following people around in airports and watching them eat with private investigators, and you don't even have the wherewithal to find out that the cat's blind. You know what I mean?
Maybe they just like the memes. Jameis Winston. They didn't want to get rid of him. No, you raise a good point. And the whole big hand thing comes from some weird, I don't know, so I'm going to talk out of my tiny hands here. I don't know the exact parameters of this, but I think like analytics a few years back, the idea was that for some odd reason, one of the correlating factors between successful quarterback play was big hands. And that it was like, even in times where everything else looked perfect, he had tiny hands. That didn't work out. This guy had all these red flags. He had big hands. That worked out. Well, that doesn't appear to be the case anymore. Like I said, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Jared Goff has 9-inch hands. Kyler Murray's at 9 1/4. Baker Mayfield's at 9 1/4. So I think that idea that you can't be a good quarterback with tiny hands is out of there.
You got to keep in mind their height. It's not just like how big their hands are. It's like proportional to like the rest of their body.
No, but for what the NFL's looking for, the height doesn't matter. Like, it is literally just about the functional, how big are your hands compared to an NFL football.
For sure, but what I mean is if you're talking about big hands or little hands in general, it is how proportional they are to the rest of your body.
Yeah, but we're talking about big hands and little hands.
Yeah, but how tall is Baker Mayfield? So his hands might make sense.
No, but we're talking about, I'm not saying that. We're talking about 2 different things. I'm not saying that Baker Mayfield, sure, they make sense. But what I'm saying is
they're small.
It's that if it's all about can you play football? She's trying to
define big or small hands when the NFL is only looking at the size of the hand
in relation to the
hang
football.
On to a football.
Exactly. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And so my whole point is that this idea that analytics was pushing a few years ago, that was a big factor that you needed to look at. I think that you've had a few guys in recent memory kind of throw that out the window. And I mean, you're not going to turn on Joe Burrow's tape and then be like, look at those hands. I don't know. I just don't know if we can draft this guy anymore. Look, everybody who wants to trade the Bengals, since he's probably taken offers now. So get Carolina Panthers. You want to go grab Joe Burrow? Now's your chance.